it's a modern day Nana. All right, we're just gonna start this project by covering this frame mostly with moss. Okay, now here's what I'm thinking. This has a mirror in it, and it is, I took it out, this poor thing, let me get a little further away. This poor thing has set out in the weather. It has been in the garage forever. It's old. So I took the frame, the back of it off, and the mirror out and scrubbed the mirror. It was filthy. Anyway, so I thought I'm probably going to put this in my kitchen. Now, I didn't worry about painting it because it's pretty much going to be covered up. This kind of wainscoting look is like my cabinets in my kitchen. So I think I'll kind of leave this. I've got some birds and some things like that. We might be able to perch kind of on this, and then it's already got the hanger on it on the back. So I just wanted you to see the before I started. Now I have got literally this trash bag of miscellaneous moss. And so I am not even going to be picky about where I put what. I just kind of want to get all around it covered in moss. I've got some of that sheet moss we've done different projects with. I got at Walmart in the floral section. I've got actually like real moss that's been pulled off of, or grown that way and harvested. I've got floral moss. Not sure if that's Dollar Tree or Walmart. Some Spanish moss. Yeah, like I said, there's even some shredded paper in here. So I am just going to do this, and then I'll get back to you and show you what it looks like. I'm not even going to be picky. I'm just going to have fun with it and sit the bag over to the side and just grab out and glue her down with my good old scroungy glue gun. Okay? And I've got some gloves somewhere because inevitably I will burn myself. Oh, here they are. And I really like to get these. I like to get the gloves in when it's winter, fall and winter. Just the little dollar gloves, like the little soft gloves that you would wear when it's cold. I get those and I use those out in the yard when I'm crafting. And then I pick these up too. These are always like in the spring at the Dollar Tree. So if you have hand issues where you're sensitive, it's super nice to be able to have something on your hands. And like I said, it is a protection against burning yourself too. So let me do a little. There again, I'm not even going to venture a guess. Where I got this at, I'm just going to start gluing. I scrubbed this good and I got it pretty wet, but I think we'll be okay. And I'm just going to, start putting chunks down. And like I said, I think I'll probably put this in the kitchen. So if you see some white underneath it, I don't mind. Probably when we get all done, we won't. Because I've got like a trash can outside of bark I picked up in the yard, like after a storm or something, and some of the bark's falling off of the tree. Because I've got some big old trees. Like I said, you probably won't even be able to see it. So, and then I'll just kind of scrape up, what's not, so we don't waste, and kind of reapply it. So I don't really have any rhyme or reason. I'm just going to get a base coat down, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so I think we've got it sufficiently filled with moss. I just got in my bag and grabbed whatever. I had all different kinds, as I told you. I left this up here because, like I said, it matches my cabinets in my kitchen. I think I'm going to put it in my kitchen. So now I'm ready to decide what we want to put on it. Let me go get those things. Okay guys, so we got the moss on, and I'm happy with that. I got the mirror put back into the frame. Now we're just going to kind of assemble all our goodies. I kind of checked things out, saw what I had, kind of went through things, and decided upon a few items. I've got these super cute little like Kewpie ceramic things that my oldest daughter got me a long time ago. I have got this fake bird cage, or well, birdhouse that I have had forever. I had got this in something. I don't know if it was a basket or what, but it's really nice, and I wanted to keep it, so, you know, of course I did. We have some miscellaneous bark pieces we're going to use. This was just out of the yard. We have some mushrooms. These are Dollar Tree mushrooms. They had them, they have them in the spring. The last couple years they've had them in the spring. Now these little guys, I'm not sure what we'll use out of these. These were ones I bought in a pack. They were all different sizes. I think we did a video on some of them, but I went ahead, I had just stained the bottoms of them with just a little bit of stain, and I went ahead and just painted the tops. Any old red paint you have is good. And then I just have miscellaneous bits and pieces of greenery that I've had forever. Sorry, I'm moving around if my voice sounds funny. I found this one really pretty, and it came in something I thrifted. This really pretty, like, hollyhock. I only have one, but I thought, ooh, that might be nice, kind of like coming up the side, and then that birdhouse coming up the other side. Sorry, I'm a little sniffly. And then, yeah, we can just kind of fill in and see what we've got. These red, I thought I might need these. We'll see. Since we have the red mushrooms now, we might not need those. So I'm just going to put it together. This came, I think I got this at Hobby Lobby, but literally, I just want to use it. Literally, you could take any stick out of the yard and stick a little moss on it. But I'm just trying to use up my stuff, so I thought, oh, this would be good. And I cut it in half, and the other part's over here somewhere. So let's decide what we want to put down first. I would say first we need our bark. And so see, I just did pardon my boarding house reach, as my dad would say. Okay. All right. So I think first of all, we need to decide where we want our bark. Now here, I'm thinking, and you can kind of lay it out, you know, that way it's kind of where you want it before you start gluing. See, these are, I just cut them in half. These are those mushrooms from the Dollar Tree, and these were the actual color on these, but I was thinking a little mushroom scene down here. I just cut this one off a little bit. I just cut the bottom off a little bit so it was shorter. I think we'll want the bird perched up on top. Okay, so let's see if we have that bark there. Don't necessarily know that we'd have to have the bark behind this, since we're going to have all this. I don't want to make it too... Maybe I'll just put some little pieces instead of filling the whole thing in. Well, I would love to be outside, but it is... I actually turned the heat back on. It is rainy and quite chilly. So, oh, I already glued that one down, so we're set there. That's good. I'm just going to go ahead, and we want this to stay, so I'm just going to put down a nice glob of glue and lay my branch down. Try to get it in contact with the glue, and then we can always just kind of put some more glue over the top of it too and kind of let it seep down, and then that way it'll really work itself in there. Good, 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 good. Now we have our hollyhock. That is so pretty, and I'm just going to kind of stick it in here. Kind of bow it, maybe bow it in a little bit, but it's going to kind of do what it wants. I didn't want it exactly on top of that other branch though, because it'll make things too thick. I'm going to try to put it beside it down here and put some glue. Okay. We could always too, if we want to, take a little wire or something. I don't think we'll have to, but we could if we felt we needed to. Or we could just do this, since this is wire. There we go. Let's let it sit down here a minute. And we could go ahead and, we want some greenery though. I feel like I had this big fern leaf. These are all literally just miscellaneous leaves and things I already had. We want something this big behind it. Yeah, I like that. I'm just going to scooch it in here. Put it where you like it. Okay, and I've got all kinds of greenery, so we can fill in a little bit here if we think we need to. Let's see. So I'm thinking here we have these little guys, and then I was thinking maybe we could put one of the smaller ones on top, but we could put some moss, or we could put some of this greenery, again, just something I got in a, something I thrifted. Let's put a little bit of this behind it. We could do a little moss too. We could always stick the moss in after though. And this is foam, so it'll kind of melt if it has something to stick to. We might have to give it a little Spanish moss or something to kind of fill it in so they're not like just sticking there in outer space. And that's super easy, right? Just put your little glue down, and I would not suggest touching this with your fingers, because of course the moss is very airy, so yeah, we can just fill in. Okay, maybe fill in a little over here. And it really is just to your liking. And then I was thinking we could do one of these little red mushrooms, but let's get the rest of it kind of done and then we'll finish it up. Okay? Alright, so let's let that dry a little, and then we can come back and do a little more. I'll just leave these sit here for now. Let's let that get dry and we can work on the other side. Now, as far as up here is concerned, it's got a wire on it, but I don't really feel like it even needs the wire. I think we can just glue him up here. And I think I want him in that corner right there. Like he's perched up there. We can put a little moss up there too if we need to. Let's let him get settled. Okay. So now I was thinking over here, we definitely don't need any bark underneath our little tree. I am so glad to use this. It's so cute. I have literally had it in different things. I don't know, I'm glad to use it for this. And that's the thing too, guys. You can, you know, take your stuff apart or use it, you know, use it in different ways. Now, I'm not sure exactly where we want this at. I was thinking we need a couple of mushrooms over here. And we need some greenery of some sort. Let's match what we've got going. We have plenty of this. But there's a space here. What are we going to do there? Here's some flowers that were off of this stuff. Maybe we can do, let's see if we can do something here. Oh, I have one little mossy fern leaf. I love that so much. Maybe we need to kind of have that coming up over. Okay. I'm going to take all the bulk that I can out of this stuff. Okay. Let's put a little squirt of glue on there. I'm just playing. Just a piddling and a messing. Right? Having fun on this rainy day, cold, chilly, rainy day. I had to put the furnace back on. Because that is not my best weather situation, cold and chilly. Let's put a little piece of bark. So this is what I like to do, guys. I just like to get like my junk together and see what kind of pretty we can make. And literally every bit of this is junk. Stuff I've had forever. I mean, I did buy the moss. But I have gotten moss at the thrift store also. But that's probably the only thing on here. No, I bought the mushrooms at Hobby Lobby. It came in a big bag. I think I showed them to you in a video. They came in a big bag and I just painted those. Yeah, I did. We did a mushroom video because it was mushrooms, but I didn't do these in them. Okay, this is already looking so cute. I think with these kiddos, I'm just going to stick them up here. Probably wouldn't even have to glue them. I will. Probably will, but I wouldn't have to. Okay, that's cute. Do we want it like this one's kind of bent toward this one though? Do we want it like this one's giving this one the heart? I think they should be together. We could do, let's see. So let's go ahead and give this a good amount of glue. Okay. Now I do have, just to kind of tie in the twigs on that side, this was the other part. I just cut them off. Yep, I've just got 3 of them. Let's just stick a little glue on the end and just pop it down in here under, if we can. And we can bend those, they're wire. And we'll just pop it down in there under this birdhouse. We can worry about bending them later. Do we want a little piece of bark up here? I don't necessarily think we need it, but I mean, we don't need any of this stuff. Let's just put a little piece. This is definitely not a need situation. It's a want and a play and a have fun situation. Okay. Alright, so I feel like, yeah, most of the greenery, you know, should be coming out of the bottom here. Now, I've got 3 of these. I don't think we need them with what all we've got. Oh, here's... I only thought I had one. This poor little guy's been through the mill. But it's one of those fuzzy fern leaves. We'll stick it somewhere. I love that so much. If I ever see any, I'll pick it up. Okay, so we don't want those. Now, I had these berries, but maybe since I did the mushrooms, we can just use some mushrooms down here. Okay, so let's stick him over here. They're from the same plant. Okay. Now we could do, that's kind of cute. I think that one's too big. Oh, this one's cute too, but does this one look better? This one's a different size. Let's do this one. It's a different size. Let's just put some moss down in here. And then we'll just stick him onto the moss. There, kind of like they're popping out. Oh, that's so cute. I like it. And that's going to tie in with the red up there. So we might not need those red berries. I wasn't crazy about them. I mean, I do like them a lot. They're from the Christmas stuff. I remember getting them in the Christmas floral picks. Okay. So here's our other little one. Did I glue the? Yep, we glued them down. Let's just pop him in there. Cute. Let's move these so we see what we've got going on here. I'll just have to wash this mirror again. It was so filthy, you guys. I took it out. I scrubbed it in the sink. I mean, it's not really for looking out of, but I wanted to keep the mirror in there. It came with one, so I thought, I'm going to put a dab of more glue underneath there. These are adorable. Alright, so we got a big bird up there, which you can't see that well. This is turning out so pretty. Here's some feathers. Well, it's honestly a stray feather. I'm just wondering if I need a little something. I feel like I need a little something, just some of these sprigs, not a bunch. but some of these sprigs kind of popping out. A little bit, not a lot. Just a little something. And then of course too, we could do, you know, miscellaneous, a little miscellaneous fern here and there. And these are all just things that have fallen off of other pieces. These are plastic, or I pulled off of other pieces. Let's see if that sticks. Maybe just a little more of this over here, just to kind of balance it out. Maybe like right here. I'll just put some on the end of the I have a tendency of doing too much. I mean, really, it depends on who you talk to, right? Some people, anything is too much. Other people, not. You could go on all day and there would never be too much. So, you know, that's just personal opinion. Have you ever been told you're too much? That is a spirit breaker, honestly. We don't like that. We like to be able to express ourselves, right? And this is a fun way to do it. Okay guys, I think I'm going to stop. You know, we could just keep going, but I think we've got plenty on here. So I think I'm going to stop. I'm going to go hang it in the kitchen where I want it, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay guys, I just brought it downstairs and hung it on one of the doors so you could get a good look at it. So, I think it turned out really cute. Let's get a little closer up. So, now this is just hanging, so it's kind of off of the door because it's just hanging on one of those plastic things that hangs over the door frame, but you could put it on the wall and make it a little flatter. But anyway, so here is our Cardinal, which is awesome. I got in a thrift. Here's our two cute little cupies that my daughter had given me ages ago. Yeah, and everything else is, you know, pretty much just all junk I had laying around. I think that the red down below gives it enough to tie it in, and then I just put a little mushroom up here, and one of them is holding a red heart. So I think that ties it in nicely. I like to have things kind of tie in together, so I just wanted to show you the finished product. This is a cute little project. Didn't take long to make. Stuff around the house, so very boho, I feel like, very cottagecore, and very much like the wedding that we're going to be doing this fall. So, alright, I hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe, guys, if you did, and I'll be bringing you more stuff that I've made out of junk soon, okay? It's a modern day Nana. Take care. Bye.